Jack Morton isn't order material.
Based on his academic achievements alone, I'd argue he's one of our best candidates.
He can't even afford Belgrave's tuition fees.
While some of our brightest stars came from similar backgrounds, a track and field champion is so important.
The matter's closed.
This university is my jurisdiction.
A privilege we may have to reconsider.
Mr. Morton, Chancellor Stone, Detective Hayashi here has some questions for you. This is the part where you open the door and let us in.
What? She was there. She was leading an orientation tour.
Will that be all, Detective?
Well, I will need to question the...
Receiving a scholarship to Belgrave is no small feat to major in self-sabotage. You're also enjoying yourself. Believe it or not, I am sympathetic to your situation, but violence between students cannot be tolerated, so consider this your one and only get-out-of-jail-free card, and that card expires after orientation. Necromancy. So disgusting. Kyle told me quite the story. The neophyte claimed to be attacked by some kind of monster.
He did.
Was he drinking? The freshmen have been known to drink.
Or at least he believes he was telling the truth.
Do you care to explain the reason for the Olympic-level mitigation? Circumstantial at best.
Before she died, Drea saw. There are reports of similar attacks dating all the way back to the 1800s. The description of this
werewolf practitioners, and we have those. Out there, born or cursed by magic that is tearing apart our recruits. Sometimes we don't want to see what is right in front of us. It's all around us. It is in the air that we breathe. Please do not be so naive as who could harness its power. Find out everything you can about werewolves, especially how to kill one. Help the first one of you that says silver bullets. Excellent. What are you doing? Get to work.
Yes.
Mark, sorry to keep you waiting.
Thank you. You have yourself a lovely day. You expected...
At the time, we were dealing with an unidentified threat. I have an operating theory. The disciples are reassured
by your commitment.
Yes, if only. Now, unless there's anything else, I do have a day job to attend to.
By all means, I'm late for a call with the Grand Magus as it is. You know, he's very concerned, especially...
Well, each neophyte, in their own way, displayed the characteristics that we search for.
And yet, here you are without...
Not at all. Given that your son, Gregory, we now unfortunately have an opening. Tragic.
But after all,
I'm sure we will.
I'll see you at the initiation ceremony.
Respondeo incantation. Huh. Interesting choice.
Given the number of people affected.
Bored as it used to be.
Well, that's where Twitter comes in.
I love your new profile picture, by the way.
Will you be returning to Manhattan soon?
I'll give it back, I promise.
It is at your disposal, as am I.
First, maybe I can help.
I'll put something together. Will there be anything else?
The kid that killed the golem.
He did.
Why did he still have his memory?
The medicum claims she made a mistake with the powder. Alyssa Drake is one of our brightest. She's way too smart to drop the ball like that. My former temple magus of this chapter and our...
Sometimes. Part of me wishes that I could be there with you when your first simple spell is a success. Incendetur.
What? It's a simple transformation spell, that's it.
With a little luck, a lot of hard work, the Grand Magus would like to have a word with you.
Me?
Did he say why?
You just deal with that.
Am I in trouble?
What makes you say that? Well then, maybe you're in trouble.
Alyssa Drake. It's a pleasure. Let's say I'm in for you.
You may go. She is only a medicum. Yes, Margaret left quite a void and quite a mess. I'm not sure that I'm the best choice.
Which makes you the perfect choice.
I'll think about it. So you want to resign as Jack's tutor?
It's more like I need to.
Well, that's not very subservient. Continue. So you solved this little riddle.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's old and...
You're on quite the adventure. Find out why that book is so important. This is the part where you leave.
For the next few days.
Will you tell the Grand Magus it would be my honor? One more thing. Edward has a way of making you feel like you are the most important person in the universe.
Professor Clark is dead. And it's all my fault.
You've been practicing unsanctioned magic. Don't let it happen again, Jack. While we introduce you to this amazing world, we'd be insane to think you're not going to be tempted. And you should try to avoid doing that in the future, okay? Did I say you could leave? Killing your ethics professor is one thing. Harassing your English professor is an entirely different issue. I hope you enjoy the sexual harassment seminar you'll be attending.
Corporation.
With all due respect, Magus, the Vadi Macum Infernal is incredibly dangerous. Wound up. Disappeared. Dead.
If the Grand Magus seeks to resurrect the Vadi...
I am merely suggesting a little restraint. Down this road, there is no turning back.
There are 2 sections left.
Kings. Enough. Romancy is forbidden here. You know the rules. We wrote them because of you. Now get out.
It's homecoming. Go Timberwolves. Don't ask me what I want.
I don't have cats.
Oh, you will.
You're not really thinking of helping her, are you? You'd be better off letting her die.
We will do everything in our power to save her.
Telling that to the blood-soaked hellion she calls her sister. And I'd like to know who's responsible.
It was me.
This kind of failure is unacceptable. You used unsanctioned magic. You went on a rogue hunting spree, and you failed to report any of this to me. Why?
Silence, subservience, observance.
Think he might be making a mistake? And yet, you did as you were told. What is it, Ms. Dupree? Put that knife back in the reliquary, and then assemble a team and get over to the church. I want you to clean up the mess from the elemental transference. Take one fucking spot. Miss Drake, I trust you have what the Grand Magus is waiting. Oh, good. An explanation is much better than a rare magical artifact. Come on in and tell him then. You heard the medicum. Get to work. Put the knife away. I can't think of a simpler request, but you decided to keep it?
I did, Magus.
Because you think there are more werewolves and you're what, afraid? Well, that clears things up.
When it was
Gabrielle Dupree. Werewolf Slayer happened when he turned why, and most importantly, who else knows? Do you think you can have...
Magus,
You keep it quiet, but I need answers.
what if they don't talk?
You're a smart girl. I'm sure you could convince them.
You finally came to your senses.
Forgive my hesitation, Magus. I just needed to consider whether the promotion was a benefit to me or the Order.
Renee's death has derailed my plan. 2 of our disciples were almost killed and the necrophone was badly damaged. It's a long shot, but we may be able to salvage it.
Magus, if I may, I've conferred grave concerns to the Vadimecum Infernal. More specific, what we're wondering is what's in it for you. Isn't that the purpose of this council? To act as a safeguard. My job was to perform the elemental transference.
And you failed.
Well, our spell was interrupted by a werewolf. 2 of my acolytes saw it. The book summons werewolves. I am suggesting that council temporarily rescinds its support for your pursuit of the Vadimecum Infernal. Until we can be certain that the risk is worthy.
You all feel this way?
Not all.
Tomorrow morning, I'll come to your house. We'll talk.
You wanted to talk.
I do.
Not that I'm complaining.
Well, now it's a breakfast drink. Do you have glasses?
I do. Veritas.
You want my support? Then you will take your medicine. Hours of honesty. Yeah. This won't hurt a bit.
It's only fair.
Told you it wouldn't hurt. Did you know that the Vadimecum Infernal attracted werewolves?
Why don't you ask me something exciting, like...
Sleeping? No. Fucking yes. Shit.
Actually, 11.
Not going. How? I planned You've always been fascinating like that. That's how I shouldn't tell you that I'm afraid you might be pure fucking evil.
Evil? Friends?
Wait, what changed? Like Sophia, she kept you in line. do not bring her back to life, or you don't bring her back to life. That's so messy.
Someone.
Well, I had a daughter when I was 16.
Where is she now?
Dead. I'm also thinking about you naked right now. Oh, this stuff is so strong.
When Maddox was born, I was terrified. I had planned on being a father and didn't want to bring a child into a world so dark.
What changed your mind?
Change the world. We could make everything better.
Truly. Sorry, did you say peanuts? Edward, do you believe in fate? Let's get those peanut motherfuckers.
Where did you find this?
Safety deposit box in Washington. You could. But we won't.
Reliquary. Now.
I was only doing what you asked.
Watch your tone, Mr. Morton.
With you.
Shut it down, acolyte. Now, Mr. Morton is right. We are better than this. There was a fire at his lab. He was murdered by werewolves.
Oh.
It also destroyed several manuscripts and artifacts from this reliquary, items Hemmings took without my permission, or Edward granted him access.
What do you think he was doing?
I'll tell you. Hemmings was trying to protect the temple and its disciples. And yes,
It's a phone call.
with a conference line, and someone's always late. We have a werewolf
So you admit that you knew about it.
of dealing with the situation, so I asked Hemmings to find a way.
That does sound reasonable, Vera.
The Gnostic Council exists for the welfare of the entire order.
Make him infernal as approved by this council.
Until then,
Of course.
the incantation will be our crowning achievement. Clean this. Miss Drake, I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Of course not, Megas.
You have been with him since the beginning, which is not ideal, but here we are. Now tell me, what is happening to the Grand Magus?
He says they're becoming one.
Of course it is. Starting prematurely was dangerous. There's no way he's in control of it. Don't do that. Stupid.
What?
We serve the order, not Edward Coventry or his ambition. What's actually happening? The next incantation starts in 15 minutes. Be ready. Mention to you why we're fetching his son so early? Silent subservience and observance. You're certainly nailing 2 out of the 3. Here you are, going to get a son to be sacrificed. Yes. Sacrificing Maddox is the price that the Vati make him demand. And his humanity. Do you? The Vati Makeham's success rate is abysmal. Odds were in my favor. I'll move when I'm ready! Mr. Morton, this is the part where you buy me a drink. Single barrel. At least your grandfather had some taste. Mind your tone, acolyte.
Go.
Well, this was a waste of space. Just get to the point, Miss Drake. Took advantage of your time in the reliquary, I'll give you that. Yes, sure. Just like that. It's also impossible to make, even if I did have my reliquary, so.
Why is that?
Because Nephilim's tears require the blood of son of a bitch.
She means werewolf.
One who's been trying to dismantle the order. I can't believe I fell for that damn. You've made that clear.
And
Well, I'll still need a reliquary. This is the eye of Apollo. This is my monkey's paw. What if you don't return? What if your friends return first?
Said I'd work with you. Didn't say I trusted you.
Oh, for God's sakes. Johnny Tomb Jimmy Tattooer. Never tell a hostage they're a hostage. Several beats killing them.
Why is she here?
What?
Just a little blood. Not that it seems like you have much left.
Look. She's hurt. And it's not healing.
If they used on Hamish.
It's an enchanted blade. Any cut will be fatal. I don't have much choice, Miss Bathory. I don't recall caring. Do you want me to save your life or not? Mr. Tattooer. You're welcome. Original. Like that. Put a gap to her. Look as heek.
How long is that going to protect us?
Long enough for us to deal with them. You're not ready.
And you're in no position to tell me what to do.
Well, hey! So...
I have a potion to finish. I need werewolf blood. All of you, leave. Now. Seal them from the inside!
Glad to see you're not dead.
Mr. Morton, on the one hand, the Order owes you a great debt. And on the other, you are seditious, untrustworthy, and a werewolf. I don't know whose side you're on. Independent as well. Trait most secret societies try to avoid. I took a chance on you once. Now I'm wondering if it was it's not the way this world works.
Well, I've seen how the world works.
And you want to change it. I've heard that speech before from your father. Yes. Yes, I have heard that one as well. As long as you remain a member of this organization, you will treat me with the reverence that I am due. You're lucky I like you. Isn't it obvious? Mr. Morton. The choice you refuse to make is the one that will be made for you. Take this box to my office. Hear this, your second chance. And your last.